the right, then the worst left.
Born on an island in the heavens, the blood of my ancestors flows inside me. My duty is to save the flower from evil deterioration. Yeah.
I will be the one to set your heart free, true. Cleanse yourself with them evil spirits that's in you.
Streaking lights, loud sounds, and instincts are the elements that keep me going. I am fighting my own mission. Nothing's gonna stand in my way, no, no.
I will be the one to set your heart free, true. Cleanse yourself with them evil spirits that's in you.
Won't be frightened, I'll stand up to all the pain and turmoil. Just believe in myself, won't rely on others. Get this power to wipe out the havoc and anarchy. This is my planet, gonna fight for my destiny.
Here I come, rougher than the rest of them, the best of them, tougher than leather. You can call me Knuckles. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my muscles. I'm hard as nails. It ain't hard to tell. I break them down whether they solid or frail. Unlike the rest, I'm independent since my first breath. First test, feel the right, then the worst left.
I have no such things as weak spots. Don't approve of him, but gotta trust him. This alliance has a purpose. This partnership is only temporary. Yeah.
I will be the one to set your heart free, true. Cleanse yourself of evil spirits that got in you.
Won't be frightened, I'll stand up to all the pain and turmoil. Just believe in myself, won't rely on others. Freedom will be waiting when serenity is restored. This is my planet, I shall not surrender. Won't be frightened, I'll stand up to all the pain and turmoil. Just believe in myself, won't rely on others. I get this power to wipe out the havoc and anarchy. This is my planet, gonna fight. I won't be frightened, I'll stand up to all the pain and turmoil. Just believe in myself, won't rely on others. Freedom will be waiting when serenity is restored. This is my planet, I shall not surrender. Yeah! Shall not surrender, no. Yeah!
The new porcupine on the block with the buff chest. Out the wilderness with the ruggedness. Knock knock is Knuckles, the blow thrower, independent flower, magical emerald holder. Give you the coldest shoulder. My spike goes through boulders. That's why I stay alone. I was born by myself. I don't need a posse. I get it on by myself. Adversaries get shelved. Right on.
Yay, I'm back, I guess. Yeah. I haven't found a map for this, but I can pretty sure, like, I don't know where I saved the map, but I can pretty surely get it back somehow. Um, yeah, I guess I should add. Actually, I should probably go to the scene. There's the window capture. Can I get that window maybe? Please. Yeah, thank you. So, I guess that's what we're doing now. Um, don't mind the ad. But yeah, basically, the idea is this category. All Lynels, um, no ancient arrows, because ancient arrows make the fighting of part of the whole run kind of boring. Um, and I'm not sure if I want to do it with bug limit or without. The competition on this is a bit stiffer, so I might not go with that. Uh, but also, the band tricks it makes it easier if I can deal with, like, if it's less glitches I need to know, because I'm not yet there. Although there's also a long list of glitches I need to first learn how to avoid. Basically, I need to find out what I'm allowed to do and what not. I don't know which route they have taken, which I might want to figure out how that works. And yeah, the basic idea is uh, killing all Lynels and yeah, run must start from new game. Timing starts when you gain control of Link, and you must defeat all 22 Lynels on the overworld, not the one in Trial of the Sword. Uh, there's also a Lionel that is only in Master Mode, which if you do Master Mode, you have to beat him. Which I'm not sure if I'm going to do it in Master Mode or not. I feel like that should be split categories, to be honest. Because that one Lionel does make a difference. But that's not why I'm here. The main point is, depending on that, the routing might be different. Uh, some of these things I didn't even know existed. But yeah, that's the basic idea. Yeah, that was. I also don't know which music to take for this because I didn't really prepare anything for this. But yeah, we can probably save that map and edit it. Uh, I still find it weird that I can't find it because I could swear I had it already. I did. Oops. Web. Whatever. But yeah, the basic idea is then that I look at that map with, I guess, a sprite. Could also look at it with something else, but that's not the point. A sprite isn't actually the best tool for this, but for exactly that reason. Hang on. Uh, Let me capture this. And I low-key wish I had a second window capture, but yeah, let's look at it here. So, as you can see, I don't know if you can actually see my mouse pointer, but basically what the map shows is where the different lines are. This one is the master mode only, which has bump arrows on the plateau. Um, and yeah, I might have to do that. I just normally don't have it enabled for it is easier to work with. But yeah, I it also shows the different type of Lionel which it is, which will be probably useful. Um, there are also two, I think, in the castle, but I don't know if they count. Um, the castle might, however, be a good starting point anyways, because while there are blue, I think one of them is blue. Um, that doesn't really matter too much because the I mean I will have to take down blue Lynels anyways, and blue Lynels aren't that strong yet compared to, for example, later on silver Lynels and stuff. But the issue with this one is that basically we need to get to the castle first off, which is a huge risk. And of course we need to kill them so we can get their weapons. But if we do that, we have good weapons. The one on Plymouth, of course, is also relatively easy, but it's pretty far from the plateau, which is where we start. Hmm. Getting armor and stuff isn't that big of a deal. In Master Mode, we probably want to have attack upgrades over armor upgrades, but we do want armor, so because yeah, we can only have one buff at a time, right? Breath of the Wild can only have yeah, one food buff. Uh, so we want to focus that on increasing our attack power in Master Mode. I hate working with Paint.net, I'm just gonna lie. But yeah. Getting from the plateau, we probably go somewhere in the direction of Hyrule. That's the most natural. There are a lot of Guardians, which shouldn't be an issue if I can parry them correctly. But I'm thinking with those two are a bit difficult because they are in cold terrain. So we want to have some way to mitigate that. So they might actually be smart to take on early so then we don't need the buff from the food to take them down. Because again they are in difficult terrain to say the least. Which honestly applies to a lot of them here, but here we can probably get into the Rito village and get armor. So this is one possible idea. I'm just going to make notes. I'm horrible at drawing with this. Yeah, we can get the cold, like the armor against cold there. I do want to look later into the speedrun as well, like how that. The time currently is like 2 hours and 39 minutes, which isn't too much. So that should be doable. It's just a matter of actually getting it done, like learning how it works. As you can see, I've never really done much of this, so I'm new to this. So if you have any suggestions or whatever, but yeah, the cold armor can be gotten here, which, considering how many Lynels we have to fight in the cold, might be a good investment. Trying to remember how you fight those Lynels, but one of them has a spear, one of them has a crusher. If we can, of course, take down that Lynel, that would make that whole thing easy. But I genuinely don't think we can get enough material to do so. I might want to look into the one run that actually did it in master mode for that. How they did it. But yeah, possible routes could be like. I mean, on the one hand, I want to think about it if I like an easy way would of course go clockwise or counterclockwise because once we have taken down one Lynel, it should be relatively trivial to take down other Lynels, especially if we can get weapons on the way. The biggest issue is taking care of not breaking our weapons, which is very difficult. And we will need replacement weapons. Like, that's at the moment the biggest issue I see, routing wise. Because theoretically, if it was just about the quickest path to each Lynel, it would be easy to just go counterclockwise over the map until we reach here. Like, around this area we would need to be careful because we need to get cold armor first, but then we are pretty much set. Getting a horse early would be good. So we can more easily traverse the area. So here's a good place to go get horses. Oh, I can't spell. Yeah, here. If I remember correctly, there are a lot of horses at the edge of the Great Plateau. The castle is of course an important point, both weapon-wise, because there are a lot of good weapons there, as also having uh, two Lynels, which I actually don't know which weapons they have. So that's an issue. Then I need to think about. But there are two. I don't remember quite where this was. Actually, I think I do remember. Yeah. Yeah, there's a giant horse. I remember now. So yeah, that's one place we could go first, because if we can take down two Lynels, that's a huge boost in weapons, but getting there might be difficult. That one was weird terrain-wise, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's also something I'm worried about. That one is always red, so that one will be easy. And it will have lightning arrows, but it's also quite a way there, which isn't as easy. Over there should be relatively easy, since that's just at the edge. Not obviously, it's still going to be difficult because it's Lynels, but I might also want to find out where the strength shrines are, because they also give you weapons for pretty cheap. Which is a bit of a detour, admittedly, but might be worth considering. Let me check. Class of strength. VOD. There is a map for that as well. How convenient. Uh, Let me save that. That could be helpful as well. I don't know if it will be helpful, but apparently the map also includes Lionel, so might as well use that map instead. Um, yeah, the arrows are, I think, Lionel's. Which it covers one, but it's fine. So There's a test of strength we might do on the way. That one's too far out. That one we probably won't reach. That one is relatively close. There was one in Hyrule Castle, right? Think I remember that. Which, since we anyway have to go to Hyrule Castle, might be worth it. I don't think we actually need to beat Ganon in the category. But I'll look that up real quick. Rules. Timing ends on the last hit of the Lynel. Okay. I'm actually not sure if respawned Lynels count. Like if they are respawned via the uh what's it called? If they are respawned via the Blood Moon, I don't know if it counts or not. I need to look into that. But yeah, the tests of strength are relatively good ways to get weapons as well. So they might be worth it if I need to fight anyways. What are other good ways to get weapons? Oh, to get... I mean... Yeah. There are of course enemies we can take down to get weapons as well. What I'm curious is I don't think getting the Master Sword is worth it. Because we would need to beat a lot of shrines to get the Master Sword. Which means, first of all, we don't care for the forest, but that was kinda to be expected. While the Master Sword would be really convenient to kill all those Lynels, I don't think we can get it in a feasible time. Like in a feasible time frame. I hope tests of strength. And mind you, those are just major tests of strength. There might also be other tests of strength I haven't even uh, because they are minor tests of strength that let me actually sign those in real quick on the map. The medium tests of strength, or however they're called, here. Give me a bit more strength on this. Not that one, that one. That one. a bit less strength. That one, which is close to the the Zora liner. Yeah, the test of strength do give a lot of weapons, but it also means we need to spend more time fighting, obviously. So we only should take it into account if we are already short on weapons. Which might though be a good way to get started. I just don't know if it's long term the right thing to do. Since we want to be as time efficient as possible, of course. We also want to avoid picking up weapons when we can't pick up weapons. And the question is, since we only have a limited amount of weapons we can carry at once, it might be actually worthwhile to collect some Koroks to get an upgrade for our weapon stash. Which again, I'm probably going to watch the speedruns that are already in this category soon-ish. That one. Um, that one, which is conveniently covered by the text, but there's one in Gerudo. Yeah, that one, I think. Right next to the tower, which we are probably not going to go into the desert. But they might also be convenient to give us a teleport point. In case we can take down a certain Lynel immediately, then we can just teleport back there later. So we don't lose time on that. That one is, I think. And yeah, I think that's every single test of strength. Like, not. I need to sign in the easy ones as well, but I think every medium one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, makes sense. And now the easy ones, which probably will be the easiest one to take. Duh, but I completely forgot I made a small mistake. Don't mind me. I just need to undo this. New layer. Because I don't want to draw on the map. In case I want to see stuff later. But yeah, obviously taking down the lines will be not easy without weapons, so... And this is the part where I'm not sure yet where I can best get weapons from. Because Hyrule Castle is an option, but Hyrule Castle is also difficult. But that shouldn't matter if I'm good enough at the game to take down 22 Lynels. You know? I think at that point I would be at a skill level where I can actually do that. That one. And now the easy ones are all over the place, but the easier ones are actually somewhat important because this will allow us to take on, like, those are the easiest one to do, so they are the most cost efficient in terms of weapons. which is important for us because we need the weapons more than anything else. Although getting more hearts won't harm us either, to be honest. But again, I'll need to test out how many weapons I'll actually need, how much damage it will take. That's all stuff I can't quite judge yet, because admittedly it's been a while since I last played this game. Shocker, I know. And me going for a speedrun, which I'm not particularly prepared for, I would never do something unprepared, you know. I think you're getting the idea. But yeah, Hebra will be difficult because it's cold in Hebra. So ideally, you know what? Since we can probably freely teleport, because realistically, even if we don't do the shrines, we can at least walk up to them and activate them for teleport point purposes. So in theory, I could just, and this is not actually something I'm going to do yet, so I'm putting that on a different layer, but in theory, for Hebra, I could go like, because I'm probably going to go counterclockwise, because those are in ice, cold terrain, which are difficult to do. So probably they're going to be one of my last ones, if not the one on the plateau, which depends on if I do this in master mode or not. But yeah, if I'm doing it counterclockwise, which seems to me to be the smartest approach, I might do something like coming from here, go down here, maybe go over there, but we'll see. Get the shrine, or actually no, not that shrine. Get the Lynel and the shrine here. Not actually do the shrine, but get a shrine activated. And then go from there into Hebra. Get the cold armor. And then go outside Hebra. Kill the Lynels there. And then teleport back to the shrine here. Something like that could be one possible approach to those Lynels. Which part of that is also how many weapons can I get on the way there. So it might be smart to stock up in between that section, because that will probably be a lot of empty terrain I will walk through. I'm relatively good against Lynels. Mind you, I haven't done it in a while, so I'm probably rusty. But I used to be very good against them. Or at least decent. So that's not really what I'm worried about. I might get hurt in the beginning, but it's not in my opinion anyways, it isn't the difficult part. It's a fun part. It's why I don't do ancient arrows, because if I were to just go ancient arrows, I would just grab myself ancient arrows from Hyrule Castle and kill them that way. Which is probably also why I'm not going to start with Master Mode, because in Master Mode they are a lot tougher. But I don't think mechanical expertise is the difficult part. Over here somewhere, I don't know where, but over there somewhere are flame weapons, which are really, really good. Like, not just flame weapons, I think one of every element, but that doesn't really matter. There's some skeleton there which has enemies in them, which I can probably steal their weapons. Either via brute force or stealth. How exactly I will decide when I actually try this. I don't quite remember how tough those were. The Lionel map says sword and spear, so not too bad. But one of them has flame arrows and one of them has lightning arrows, which lightning arrows can be problematic because they force me to drop my weapons and fire just, is hot. Over here, I'm after doing Ploymus, which I don't know when I will do that. But I can probably jump down here and get 2 weapons relatively quickly. Like 2 strengths of test, one after another, relatively quickly. Which is very good, because that means double the weapons from it. That Lionel might be one I do early, like right after, or even before getting my first horse. So I don't have to deal with that later. So I might just, after doing all the plateau stuff, which I need to look back at what the map for the plateau was, but I know I've done it before. I might just go here first and leave those for the end. Or I do them first. I think it doesn't really matter. I can either go that way or that way. The major test in, not major, the test of strength in Faron might be good. Since it's probably on the way to where we want to be headed anyways, and Faron is anyways, Faron is difficult. It's, yeah, only if I can clear those 2 at that point, which we'll probably find out. Or do you mean the test of strength, which... Tests of strength shouldn't be the issue. The medium one down there might be too tough in the beginning, simply because weapon power. But the easy one should be no problem. The major ones are the red ones, so those aren't really a big deal. Especially since most of them aren't on the way that much anyway. That's the thing, yeah. Doing a major test of strength is actually good for getting... I also need to figure out when in this plan I actually go to Hyrule Castle. I might go to Hyrule Castle really, really early, or really, really late. I don't know if DLC is allowed in this category. It doesn't really say it. Let me check. It doesn't say it isn't allowed, but because depending on it might be smart to pick up Majora's Mask to protect myself from enemies. Exactly. Which, to be fair, I don't want to avoid enemies that much, but it would help me to steal weapons from enemies. Which, in turn, would make this thing a lot easier. Though to be fair, I don't need to fight most enemies. I can just run away from most of them, drop a bomb, and let them lose my track. So it's not a big deal if I manage it or not. Like, if I can use Majora's Mask or not. I just would like to have a clear answer on that. But yeah, those are probably paths I will go. I don't know how tough that one is. I know Farron's kind of difficult because it happens to rain a lot there. And I might, instead of making it from here down there, since I can't just directly climb the mountain, that is going to be inefficient. But I might teleport back here. Like, I might grab this one and then teleport back to that one after grabbing the Lionel here and then go through Necluda. Actually not Necluda, go through... I don't know how I'm going to get to that one, to be honest. Theoretically Necluda, but that would kinda get me stuck in Necluda. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do about those. Those are easy because I can just go basically in a straight line from Ploymus. That route. And from there I can try to find a way up Gerudo Mountain. And from there I do whatever is left. It's just a question of when do I do Hyrule Castle? When do I do those two? And when do I do those? But yeah. That seems to be it. So... I wouldn't say that's quite a good theory. Like, it is an interesting route. We could theoretically go this way as well, but I feel like that's a bad idea because we want to... the current world record for no ancient arrows and bug with a bug limit, so only certain bugs that aren't quite game breaking. The current world record for that is 2 hours and 40 minutes, which is achievable. It's normal mode, so I'm probably going for normal mode as well then. It is doable, I think. I will need to look how they do it, and I definitely need to get better at the game, but I do think it's achievable. I just need to actually... I just need to figure out how I do it. And even if I don't actually achieve world record, that's fine, because I would still, at worst, get 4th place. It's not a very well-run category, so I might as well try it. And it's a fun one, because I always enjoyed fighting Lynels. And strategizing how I do that the most efficient way is kind of fun. But yeah. I don't know from where I should go to those two. I don't quite know the terrain in that area as well. I know this is a ravine, but I don't know if I can just walk. If I can just walk from that one to that one, and more importantly, how I then get to Plymouth Mountain. If I can just, I mean, I guess I can climb up, but I feel it would almost be better to do that part of the Zora quest. So I might just go into Zora's domain from here. Don't think that would be too much of a detour. But it would also include a lot of story, so it might not be the smartest move. So yeah. That one I'm not sure yet. And I should have color coded this so I actually know which order of operations. Oh well. I probably make a new version of the sketch later anyways. Uh, but yeah, that's so roughly the idea. I fear that I'm going to run out of weapons between here and between here especially, since there are 3 Lynels. Which I might have to fight all at once, oh no. Um, but yeah. That's the biggest worry I have, honestly. Getting weapons in the beginning, not running out of weapons at critical spots, and because on the one hand, Lynels replenish my weapons, obviously, because they give me weapons, but they also cost a lot of weapons, which I also might need to plan in is traveling to stables. Because stables actually provide me with arrows, because I can probably find Beetle there, who obviously sells arrows, and we will need arrows to effectively fight the Lynels. Which elemental arrows we might also get somewhere, but that is going to be difficult and costly, which also means we need to somehow make money, which that I need to figure out. You can theoretically get a lot of money in, where was it? Hateno? That one village, I think it was Hateno. Because there are trees that have a bunch of apples and wood, which is some money. But yeah, how exactly I'll go about this, we'll figure out. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it for today. This is a neat basic idea. I need to check out a lot of that stuff in game, and I can't. It's complicated. I basically only have one monitor, hence me using Silic's PC to check chat. So I can't actually currently set it up so I can just stream and actually use the Switch at the same time. Which I'll manage. Like, I can figure it out. Worst case, I just stream from Silic's PC. But we'll see. Anyways, I don't know when I'm going to stream next. Probably Friday next week. Because I probably don't have time this week. And not in this. I have time this week. Theoretically, I could stream, but more. Uh, yeah, I would get delay, which isn't the biggest deal. I can manage. It's just uh more that I can run the PC and the Switch at the same time easily. So it would just be easier to stream from. I'll figure that one out eventually. I can probably also test a lot of stuff off screen. I don't know what I'm going. Probably Persona 5 next week, unless Smasher mentions some like wants to continue Murder. I might actually do that on Saturday if I get. Actually, probably not. My voice is probably going to die, considering how it sounds now. Um. So yeah, I might also just be out of commission next week. Something stream probably Friday. And Friday I will probably also announce my new stream schedule. Like my actual new stream schedule. Because, university stuff. Uh, but yeah, thank you all for coming to the stream, I guess. This was chaos. Not a stream I expected. No, no. Not a stream I expected it to be at all, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. Um, when I will actually do the speedrun, I don't know yet, but we'll see. Who we can, who, who grammar we raid? We could raid Aki, who's currently playing. Huh? Never seen that game before. Breath of the Wild. So yeah, let's raid Arculine. She's usually doing art, sometimes also playing games. Actually, currently she's more playing games than doing art, but on Thursday she usually does cursed art and you know, uh, very nice community, generally amazing people, and yeah, a raid message. I don't know any raid message, so uh, something raid message. And if you have the raid emote, you can use it like this. Otherwise, just something raid message. Thank you all for coming to stream. It was weird but fun. Take care. Have a great rest of your weekend. Like, have a great weekend and see you all probably next Friday or something. Bye.